Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get More Clients. I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most are chasing down leads, lack client retention, conversion, and profit. The mission of this show is to educate, inspire, and motivate women around the world to build a robust sales strategy to get more clients. Because most can't get more clients and haven't a clue why. You will learn to transform thinking to the client's perspective, eliminate the lengthy, chaotic sales cycle, to ignite your sales and unleash lasting profits. You will also have the opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. It was a big conference. It was at the very end. We were on the last day in the afternoon. And I had the conference director approach me and say, you know what, Lynn, we're running early. I need you to get up on stage for 15 minutes of filler. And I need you to do this in 5 minutes. Yeah, it was deer in the headlights. I mean, for a few moments there, I was literally going, and then it was like, okay, I got to do this. I haven't prepared anything. Well, of course, completely unexpected. So I took that deep breath and went, okay, I have to have a strategy. What did we talk about today? What did we talk about this week? What's important to the audience? What's going to make sense to them at the end of the conference here to use this filler before the last 2 sessions? So I quickly jotted down my notes. I literally had 5 minutes, and it was honestly on a cocktail napkin. So writing down notes about what we had done at the conference, some of the speakers that we had heard, some of the things that I personally had learned or had as takeaways. I got up on the stage and I said, you know what? I was told 5 minutes ago that I needed to come up on stage. So I hope you'll bear with me because I'm sort of a little bit of deer in the headlights. Everybody laughed, they brought them in, and now that audience was there with me, cheering me on. And I recapped sort of my take on this incredible event, what we had learned, some of the key takeaways, and I filled that 15 minutes. Got off the stage and I was like, wow, okay, I did that and it worked. Because one of the things is even in that few moments, because I've trained myself to think like the client, and taking that breath and go, okay, now what? It helped me formulate very quickly a strategy that I could then execute on, because it was who was the client. In this case, it was the audience. It was the event, this conference that we'd been at for the last several days. The things that we had done, the people we had heard, the takeaways, that mattered to that audience. And in all of that, it was so they could recap everything and sort of recapture that and kindle that incredible opportunity that they had moving forward. So last week, we learned 12 magic steps to attract and connect your ideal clients. Today, I will reveal how to use stages to generate new leads, opportunities, and sales. While we've been talking a lot about guest podcasting, stages, summits, and other platforms, increase your reach and exposure. There are 12 steps to knock your guest appearance out of the park. And more exciting, generate new leads, opportunities, and sales. By the end of today's show, you will know how to radically increase your impact with each guest appearance. Why your energy and authenticity is your secret sauce to attract and connect with your audience. When and where to leverage your fabulous new sales asset for maximum results. People will judge you. It's normal human nature. That's why it's so important to make that great first impression. Your authority matters. It impacts everything you want to do in business. Every stage, summit, and platform appearance demonstrates your expertise and leadership, providing you with an easy, fast way to connect with future prospects and clients. Step 1, pre-promotion. Once you've secured your guest podcast interview or your summit appearance, your live that's planned, a webinar, whatever it happens to be, speaking on the stage, it's time to pre-promote your appearance. This is not just about social channel posts. Your upcoming appearance is a valuable sales asset and a great piece of news to share with your existing clients and prospects. So I'm going to give you a brief example. I will be speaking at International Women's Day at the live 5-day event in India this coming year in 2023. Oh my gosh. And of course, I've already shared that with our audience, our community, our tribe, and we're going to be doing a lot more pre-promotion before the big event in March. Okay, step 2, connect on LinkedIn. Be sure to connect with your host on LinkedIn or other core channels for your business. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, whatever it happens to be. Tag the host and their pages to warm and widen your exposure. Utilize your upcoming guest appearance in your sales, outreach, and follow-up. And I will be covering this in future episodes, but this appearance is an asset. It's a sales asset. And this should be used and leveraged for you in your sales efforts. Number 3, interview prep. So if you get more than 5 minutes notice, and even when you do, you got 5 minutes to prepare, but when preparing for your interview, your speech, your presentation, you want to rehearse. This is especially important for the first few guest appearances. It's normal to be a bit nervous, but a rehearsal will boost your confidence. And you may recall, I have very often told my hot mess story. My first guest podcast, this is after I had been podcasting for a year on our own show, was a disaster. I mean, it was cringeworthy. The first 15 minutes, I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. My voice was shaking. I was wooden. It was like a little automaton. And it took me that long into the conversation to sort of start to relax and warm up and start to be my usual effervescent self. So the thing is that I did it. It was sort of like riding that bike for the first time. And yeah, you get the scraped elbows and knees, and in my case, a chin. But you know what? I got right back up on that bike and I did it again. So here's the thing I want you to think about. I did it again. I went out and was on a guest podcast again. And it was a lot better. In fact, 300, 400, 500% better the second time. And I just kept getting better and better because practice makes perfect. Okay, so the day of the interview, review the topic and any questions that you may have been provided so they're fresh in your mind. Perform an equipment check, and don't forget to test your Wi-Fi connection. Grab your tea, your water, or whatever soothes your throat. And that's apple juice. So, and be ready to connect to the interview link 3 to 5 minutes early. So once again, you're letting the host know that you're there, you're ready, and they're not biting their fingernails wondering if you're going to show up on time, especially when it's a presentation on a live summit, a Facebook or LinkedIn live, YouTube live, whatever that happens to be. Be in that green room early. In fact, more than 5 minutes early. Okay, now take a deep breath. Shake your shoulders, relax, and have fun during your interview. Step 4, the actual interview. Here we are. There are a number of components to being a great guest. And even though I've touched on equipment in previous episodes, I'd like to share my top tips on how to present yourself. And these are your body positioning, your body language, and tone. Recording your audio, your mic positioning does radically affect your sound, and you want to position yourself directly in front of or close to the mic. Be mindful of your head movements, because if you move your head left or right or close in and back off, like I went all the way over here where I'm almost off the screen, your voice is going to fade in and out. Now, that doesn't mean I want you to be immobile. Don't be that automaton. Far from it. I want you to smile and nod your head from time to time. What's so cool about smiling is that you convey it in your tone of voice. Your vocal cords are pulled differently when you smile. Smiling while talking makes your voice warmer and friendlier. A key fact to remember is that much of communication is nonverbal. That's why your camera needs to be at eye level. Looking people in the eye conveys confidence, assurance, and authority. You want to make a real connection with and have a huge impact on the podcast audience, the summit audience, the live audience, your future prospects and clients. To rapidly establish rapport with the audience, tie your experience and advice to stories. I've done that twice already. Stories naturally draw people in, and they generate the desire for you to tell them more. Be sure to have a tip that can be easily and immediately acted upon by the listeners. This can also be tied to your offer at the end of the episode or summit or webinar. And at the end of most shows, the host will ask you to share how the listeners can contact you or learn more. This is where you invite the audience to take advantage of your offer. It's really important not to be self-promoting during the episode. Those episodes are just, they're cringeworthy, horrible. Nobody wants to listen to them. And it's such a huge turnoff for the audience and the host. Instead, make your offer at the end with brevity and enthusiasm. And it must make sense to the audience to have them take action, because you're taking them from where they are to where they want to be. And of course, express your gratitude for being on the show. Step 5 is to repurpose your topic or the content you prepared for your interview. Now, it always should be repurposed, and there's so many ways you can do this. It can be an article, it can be a blog post, it can be an infographic, a guide, a checklist, ... It can be a chapter in a book. So if you've clicked on the links in the show notes that I've provided, you'll find a companion process map, resources sheet, and a masterclass that all go along with really leveraging guest podcasting to grow your business. The point is, leverage the great content you create. So you can check out our episode 22 on Get More Clients, 5 ways to repurpose and refresh content to grow your content base, where I actually do a deep dive into repurposing your content. Step 6, your interview is published. Woohoo! Okay. So once your guest interview, the summit, the event is published, it's time to promote and use to your best advantage. So here's a quick pro tip. Not every podcast host, speaking specifically about podcasts, informs you when your show is published. We use a Google Sheet to track all of my guest appearances, and my team routinely checks to see if any of my guest appearances have been published. And once your guest episode has been published, start promoting it. Your post should highlight key takeaways, action items, ask questions, or address pain points to improve engagement. Now, step 7, we're on 7, website news. Add the episode to your news page on your website. I talked about this on a previous episode. This is valuable social proof, and you want to use it. You're an authority. You're an expert. This has the double function of creating a backlink to your own site. And they also can use the link in your sales outreach and follow-up. Step 8. Okay, LinkedIn feature. Update your LinkedIn profile by adding your guest episode to your featured area. You're an authority. Show it. Come on. Plus, it will help with future hosts who check you out. If you repurpose your content into an article, be sure to publish on LinkedIn, Medium, and other online publishing platforms, along with your own website. All right, we're at step 9, your newsletter. However you communicate with your tribe, your show appearance is a tremendous opportunity to share the news with your existing clients and prospects. Your clients will be so excited to see your success. Include your magnet as an insider perk. That's a great way to keep your community and your tribe receiving those incredible benefits and having a delightful client experience. Giving value and showing generosity is crucial to building, maintaining, and nurturing long-term relationships. Step 10, social posts. Remember when I was going through this whole long piece about multiple episodes on using guest podcasting to leverage and grow your business, I encourage you to create templates. And in a case of social posts, you can create templates for your own guest episodes, and then you can use them in your social and in video snippets. So that's also post graphics and video snippets. Now, video snippets, 60 seconds or less, are fantastic. There's so much more engagement with video. You want to be doing that. And if you've never heard of it, go check out Canva. It's a fantastic tool, all-in-one, that will allow you to do this without having advanced skills. Okay, even if the podcast host provides you with shareable graphics, or you may want to still use your own due to branding and other considerations. Okay, we're at step 11. Welcome. It's vital to welcome new prospects who come in through the lead magnets. So I've already discussed previously, and I've gone over how and why I recommend a 3-part welcome with valuable bonus content. And I covered this in how to build a winning sales process with valuable freebies and warm welcomes in episode 23. Now, the key is that when you're a guest and you're asked, how do people contact you? Point them to a lead magnet, point them to a web page where they can complete a checklist, download a guide, where they can fill out a quiz, something that you offer as value in exchange for their email. And of course, once they've exchanged and given you that email, you want to welcome them to your community and your tribe. And you want to make it worth their while to stay with you. And that's why you want to design that bonus content so that you provide a delightful client experience that you're always going to over-deliver. All right, I'm on the last one, step 12, sales outreach. All right, this is where the magic happens. As a podcast guest, you give your brand a personality and a voice, and the same when you're on summits, when you're on the stage. And you do this in a way that text on a page or a website cannot do. Using your voice to be your brand eliminates the stranger, air quotes, stranger in the equation. Every time you are a guest on a podcast, you're giving the audience an opportunity to get to know you and your business, to become engaged with your story and make a connection, to create that spark. And each appearance feeds your sales funnel. People come to your website, they opt in because they are intrigued, and you've created the spark to begin the relationship. Being a guest on a podcast, a summit, a webinar, on the stage, on any kind of live platform is an incredible opportunity. You are presented to an entirely new pool of potential clients, and you and your team can leverage the show to promote your business. And best of all, there is zero advertising cost. While I've provided a lot of DIY information, If you are interested in digging deeper and developing a sales strategy around guest podcasting, schedule an Ignite Your Sales call with me. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. My purpose is for you to get more clients. Bottom line, don't make this harder than it has to be. Sales should be a win-win. And on behalf of the Win-Win Women Network, I have carved out a limited number of time slots to invite you to hop on and Ignite Your Sales call with me to see what's working, not working, and what you would love to have working. I'm going to see how I might further support you in effectively generating more leads, converting more sales, and fulfilling on your promise as a brand and organization. The fastest way to success is to assure people know that they matter. And the best way to make this happen is to build a consistent sales strategy to acquire, convert, and capitalize on every lead. You will find growing your business is easy and lucrative. Today, I revealed how to use stages to generate new leads, opportunities, and sales. The key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting time, energy, and resources. You have the opportunity to jump in and get the support you need for true success. Say yes to you and get on a call with me. I am really, truly gifted at this, and you deserve the shortcut to your success with the right support. You can go to p2q.link/win-win. That's P, the digit 2, q.link/win-win. You can also connect with me on our website at petitetoqueen.com, and to stay current on all of our insightful advice, breakthrough advantages, incredible resources, and never miss an episode of Get More Clients, please sign up for our weekly wisdoms at petitetoqueen.com. And next week on Get More Clients, I'm going to show you how to step up your sales process with easy and effective outreach. All right, so I'm going to see you next week on Get More Clients, and thank you so much for joining me. I will see you soon.